CDC leadership crisis. Susan Monarez refuses to resign, triggers revolt from senior officials. In a sudden and dramatic turn of events, Susan Monarez, the newly confirmed director of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has refused to resign despite announcements from the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, and the White House declaring her removal. Her steadfast stance has sparked a wave of resignations across the agency and raised deep concerns among public health experts. Monarez refuses to step down. On August 27, 2025, HHS announced via a post on X that Monarez was no longer CDC director. However, Monarez's legal team, led by attorneys Mark S. Zaid and Abbe David Lowell, immediately countered, asserting she had neither resigned nor been officially fired, emphasizing that only the president can lawfully remove a Senate-confirmed appointee. They further declared that Monarez would not resign. Tensions over vaccine policy. The ousting is rooted in friction between Monarez and HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., particularly over vaccine policy and the reshaping of the CDC's immunization advisory body. Kennedy had abruptly dismissed the agency's entire advisory committee and replaced them with more controversial figures, moves Monarez opposed, highlighting concerns about scientific integrity. Revolt at the CDC. In response to Monarez's contested removal, at least 4 senior CDC officials resigned. Dr. Daniel Jernigan, director of the National Center for Emerging and Zoonotic Infectious Diseases. Dr. Deborah Oury, chief medical officer. Dr. Demetra Daskalakis, director of the National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases. Jennifer Layden, director of the Office of Public Health Data, Surveillance, and Technology. Their departures have been attributed to politicization of public health, budget cuts, and the broader weaponization of the CDC. Daskalakis decried the current direction as harmful to vulnerable populations, while Oury emphasized the deadly consequences of vaccine misinformation. Wider fallout and public health concerns. Public health experts and policymakers have reacted with alarm. Chrissy Juliano, head of the Big Cities Health Coalition, warned that losing so many seasoned officials could deeply impair the CDC's ability to protect public health. Senator Brian Schatz described the situation as an absolute disaster for public health. This internal upheaval occurs amid broader criticisms, sweeping budget cuts, hundreds of staff layoffs, and the narrowing of COVID-19 vaccine recommendations to only those aged 65 and older or at high risk. These changes come against a backdrop of rising vaccine misinformation and even violent threats, including an attack at CDC headquarters tied to anti-vaccine extremism. Legal and political dimensions. Monarez's attorneys have framed her resistance as a principled stand against political interference. Meanwhile, the White House contends that she was removed because she refused to resign despite having previously communicated her intent to do so. Parallels have been drawn to other high-profile clashes in the Trump administration, including the case of Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, who similarly refused to step down after being dismissed. These incidents underscore a growing debate over the scope of presidential power to remove Senate-confirmed officials.